Alright, so today this is the fifth or the sixth system in the series, and we're gonna go for Alexander Elder's 3-screen system. The second one that he talks about is something like this. Well, I'm not sure what we're gonna come out with, but let's just try and break it into 3 steps. So we're gonna be trading. We're gonna have we're gonna have 3 screens, right? Well, maybe 2. Yeah, but hopefully we'll get to 3. So the first screen is going to be daily. Yeah, so on the daily I'm going to look for an EMA for long positions. Yeah, for long positions I'm going to look for an EMA curve going up and an MACD histogram above 0, right? So the second one is going to be 15 minutes, and the third one is going to be 5 minutes, right? Okay, so let's start with number 1, and I'll get to number 2 when we get to number 2. So I've already crafted out this template. Let me actually make a copy for this. Oops, sorry. Let me just make a quick copy so I don't have to, because every time I have to do the same template and it's, you know, it's kind of annoying me. Temp. Okay, so first of all, we need to get the data from our first screen, right? So let's figure that out, and this might take more than half an hour, this system, right? So okay, let's go. Set scale daily. Okay, and then restore scale. Right, so what do we want there? Data series. We want the EMA, right? Daily. EMA dot series, EMA dot series, and let's see, data source is going to be close. Period is going to be something like that, or let's just, for the sake of this example, just keep it 26, like he says. Okay, so we have the EMA daily, and we have it right now, but we have it on the daily scale, but we will be working on a 5-minute scale, so we want to plot it now on a 5-minute scale, right? And also have to make sure that, so for the whole day, right, an EMA is going to have the same value, right? And data series EMA intraday, EMA day, intraday, sorry, intraday. We're gonna have synchronize this EMA day, and okay, so actually this is the first time I'm coding this system, so I have no idea where it is going to take us. Data series, am I plotting EMA day intraday, color, I don't know, blue, line style, solid 2. So I might want to shift the EMA. Now let's just check where this will take us. Okay, compile, run. Sorry, this is my other program. Okay, so you can see it's going stepwise, and you can also see that we already have a value on the previous day bar close, right? So this is a daily bar close at, yeah, and right as soon as the bar closes, the daily bar closes, we have a value, right? So that's, let's just keep it that way for right now, but if we want to shift it, we will shift it. So this is our EMA, right? So this was our 62.12, and that was yesterday, right? So we can see that price is sort of, although we're on a 5-minute time frame, we can see that we are actually most of the time we're below the EMA. And let's just check this. File, new, chart window. So this is ABB 5-minute. Let's take it and make it daily. So now I have a daily. Well, let's see if we have the correct. Sorry. So we plot an EMA with the period 26. Was it modern? It was legacy, right? So right here we select legacy. So this is what we have on our 5-minute time frame, right? And so 26th. So let me just take this value down. So this is 62.1743. Okay, now this is 62.1202. 62.1202. And this is 62.1202, right? And this is the 20. What? This is the. This is the 28th, right? So this is the 28th, and right there. So this is a problem for us, right? This is the 28th, and this is the 27th, right? So this bar closed on the 27th, right? This bar closed on the 27th, and it got this value of EMA, but it's on the bar of the 27th. But we have it right here, and we have it. So this is, you can see this says 27th EMA right there, but this is the 28th. So this should actually go here. But the problem is that you see with synchronizing is that we can only get this value at this point. Yeah, so that's just, it's just important to understand that if we go from intraday to daily, that we can only calculate the daily EMA on this bar. Yeah, see, the value is correct, 62.1202. It's for this day, right? But it's gonna stay the same until we get a new value on day close on the 28th, right? Okay, so just so we understand that, let's just keep it that way for right now, because well, now you see the book, yeah, it says that we have to look at the daily, the daily angle of this EMA. I mean, we can do that, I guess, and so today is the 28th, 27th, right? And we can see that the angle is determined, well, whether this is smaller than this, and if this is smaller than this, then we have the angle, right, which is going down. And we can see that price is also below, right? So could be something. So we can make a rule which is going to say that we're going to be trading. So rule 1 is that EMA angle has to be down, and the price, let's say, has to be below this EMA as well, right? So that means we have a downtrend, right? So now let's do some rules. Bull trend up, bull trend down. Okay, and let's just introduce now the 4 cycle. And I don't have that much data on this computer, so I'm just going to use the first value. Is going to be, I guess, just the EMA. Sorry. yeah, which is 26 days. And that's a bit more with the 5 minute, but let's just we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. Okay, as we go on. Now, so what's trend up going to be? Trend up is going to be EMA. Yeah, we're going to be looking at this one, aren't we? So on bar, it has to be bigger than on bar -1, but we can look at this. Let's shift this just so we get everything correct by 1 bar. So we're standing on the first bar of the day, right? But well, actually we don't have to. Let's place ourselves at the end of the day bar. Was it last bar of day? Yeah, it was last bar of day bar. So if we are on the last bar of day, we're gonna get that trend up value sorted out. Okay, so trend up, and trend down. Is going to be the other way around. And let's also introduce the price. Right, so this bar has to be lower than the EMA intraday bar. Sorry, it has to be higher for, I mean, I'm not very worried about the logic, which is probably not going to be very careful right now. I'm just doing the framework in this series, so I only have 30-40 minutes to do this, so don't judge too harsh. If the logic somewhere, you can take this code and you can do whatever with it. I'm just doing the framework, and you can add a lot of stuff to this, believe me. So this is figured out, and this is now we have the trend, right? So now Wealth Lab will give us a mistake because we're first valid value. Oh, it actually didn't, right? See, because, well, you must also understand that it can't really start. 26 days have to pass until we get an EMA value on the daily time frame, right? And I don't have that much data, right? So, well, you have to figure out this thing. We'll do that. Okay, so our first value is 0 now. And okay, and if you go here's our daily, and well, I know we have an EMA value here, but it's nothing. Yeah, it's the close price, and here it's just these two, not 26. So that's why we're getting a value on the 5 minute, but you need to be aware of that. You have to give it some time to stabilize. But for the sake of the example, we're just going to keep it like this. Alright, so we have determined if we have trend up or trend down, right? Okay, cool. Now we're going to, so we're on the 5 minute, on the 5 minute time frame. Yeah, and well, so let's probably keep it to 2 screens because we have to code out a force index as well now, because I don't have it, right? And the force index is calculated. See, you don't have already a force index in Wealth Lab indicators. I looked for it, and Unfortunately, I did not find it, but we can just code it and take the 2-period EMA from that index, and that is what we need. So here's the force index from Investopedia, and you can see that the force index is calculated by subtracting yesterday's close from today's close and multiplying the result by today's volume. No problem. How are we going to do that? Well, we can code an indicator, or we can just do it right here, right? And we're going to do it for the, let's do it just for the current symbol, or for the current time frame. And the reason we're not going to be introducing the third screen today, because it's going to take too long. So let's just do this example on 2 screens. Okay, so we are done with the EMA, and now let's do the force index. Okay, and we'll do the force index on the current time frame, right? Okay, and since so if we're on the current time frame, then we should use like the 1 hour. Okay, so force index and data series force index is gonna equal to can't do that. We're gonna have to do this for the force index, right? We're gonna have to ride. This should go here. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna start with bar 1. And the data series will be created right here, equals. So the first, when I write bars, I just specify how many values I'm gonna have. Wonder what's wrong. Oh, of course. Okay. So, and now I'm gonna fill it, yeah, because, well, I have to calculate it. So force index bar equals. What did it equal? Let's remind me. Subtract yesterday close from today close and multiply by today's volume. Yesterday close. So bars close. Bar -1 from today's close. So bars close bar minus bar close bar -1, and we multiply that by today's volume. So no, not today's, like current bar volume, right? Okay. Volume bar. Well, I guess you don't have to write bars here. Okay. And that's it. Your index is now filled, and well, we can now plot it. Chart pane and index pane equals create pane, 20 above price pane, yes, and grid, yes, and plot a series, and force index, no, index pane, force index, color red, line style solid 2. Well, maybe I made a mistake somewhere, but let's see. Okay, so yeah, looks like we got it. Well, this is the force index, but we're going to be working with the 2-period EMA of the force index, right? There it is. Yeah. Okay, and now, so we don't want to plot this index itself, we're going to be working with the data series force index EMA is going to equal EMA series, and we're going to input the force index into the EMA and calculate EMA calculation modern, right? It wants the period, right? 2, just like it says in the book, the famous book. Okay, and we want to plot this, right? It's gonna be a bit smoother. Oof. Well, doesn't really smooth it out, but anyway. Okay, so let's go now. So we have now the force index, we have the trend, and let's just, you know, these values, let's optimize them. Strategy parameter, trend, period, and force index, force smooth. Okay, these are strategy parameters, public. Okay, trend period equals create parameter, trend period. So 26 is our default, start at 10, stop at, I don't know, 200, step, make it 2. You're gonna need a lot of data for 200, huh? Okay, force smooth, and 2 by default. 2 is the smallest, and I don't know, let's go up to 20 or something, and 1 int trend period value int, sorry, trend period value. Okay, I might even make it in 30 minutes. See how much stuff, this is just the framework, yeah, and then there's a lot of work that you do after you've done with the framework. You just start experimenting with stuff that you can do with the system, and that's not the part of the series. Okay, trend period. Where's our trend? Our trend is right here. Okay, and force is right here. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Let's check, and in fact, let's go to an hourly time frame. Yeah, because we're on the second screen, and let's see if that works fine. Yeah, look at this jump here. Yeah, well, it's quite obvious because okay, so that's it now, right? So we have, so what's going to strike, what is going to strike according to Alexander Elder, what is going to strike our entries? And there's one more thing that he mentions, is the MACD on the daily, right? So okay, let's have the MACD MACD and data series, MACD daily. Is that it? Is it bars or close price you want? Okay, that's it. Double check. I don't use MACD a lot. Okay, see, it just takes in the close price. So we have the MACD on the daily, and we want that to be above 0 for the long and below 0 for the short. It's quite strange, it didn't even ask me for a period. How come? So only asked for the source. Which is quite strange because it does ask. So let's see, Wealth Lab, MACD. Oh, see, it's just a classic MACD with a one period. That okay. Anyway, so let's see that MACD is done, and we do the same for the MACD. MACD intraday synchronize, MACD daily, and we're going to plot it, but we're going to plot it on it has to have its own chart pane. So chart pane, in fact, let me just copy this. All right. MACD pane, okay, and we plot only brown. Oops. Did I just make a mistake? That is my dishwasher, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have the MACD as well, right? And we can see, let's just, for visualization, draw line, draw horizontal line, where, not here, actually, yeah, here as well. Force index pane, a value 0, a color, I don't know, red, no, black, just black, line style, dashed 1, okay, it's just so we can see where the 0, did they just mess this up, dashed. Okay, for the force index and for the MACD pane. Okay, so we can see where it actually crosses the 0, right? So now you see this is, let's make it a bit more, not black, I don't know, orange or something. Can't even see it. Okay. Well, see, because of this dropout here with this volume, the whole force index, you can't even see stuff on it. If we go and you know, exclude this, let's look for some other symbol. Yeah, well, at least you can read it. Okay, so you can see it goes above 0 and below 0 and so on. Okay. And you can see this might be a, you know, chance to entry. Okay, so now we have to add this to our trend, right? So our trend up, and that's where we check the trend, right? On every day. So MACD, what's it? MACD daily, EMA, and MACD intraday. So MACD intraday bar has to be bigger than 0. Okay, and vice versa. So now we have trend, figured out our trend, and we have figured out our force index, right? So the force index, so the thing is, he's talking about buying pullbacks, right? So let's say we have a trend up, yeah, and that's confirmed by an EMA and an MACD, yeah. So we have like a strong trend on a, you know, on the parent time frame, on the slow time frame. We have this situation where this thing is going up and this thing is going up, so like everything is going up. And on this thing, right, we have the force index, which suddenly goes like this, right, goes beyond 0. And so Alexander Elder writes in his book that we have to buy a pullback, right? And so if this is going up, right, then when this, you know, suddenly sparks down, it doesn't mean that we're gonna have a turnaround, because this is still going up, yeah. So this must be a pullback, right? So when we have this situation, we want to look for the lowest price that can be available if we're going long, right? And that's when the third screen comes in, right? So we have this has happened, right? And after this has happened, we're looking for, so this is daily. Let's say we put this for 1 hour, yeah, and then we go into 15 minutes, right? So when this happened, then we're looking for the best price to enter, right? And so that's where the third screen comes in, because now let's actually see. So for right now, we don't have that kind of situation. We have only 2 screens so far, right? But so this is a 60-minute actually, right? So we're on the second screen right now, yeah. And all the coding is also done for the second screen. So, and you can see this is what's happening on the second screen. We have the trend going up for quite a while, yeah. So this is like a lot of days, and here we have a pullback, right? We have a pullback, and he says that, okay, now we should go into 5-minute time frame and, you know, look for the lowest price, and boom, yeah. But well, I think we can stick with 2 screens for right now, well, because it's going to take, you know, half an hour more to figure it out how to do it with 3 screens. And I would say that there's some pretty cool system that we can figure out just looking at this, right? So let's say we started somewhere here, and we look and we have a trend down, yeah. So okay, we're looking at the trend down, so we're looking when the price is going to cross this thing, right, up. So that's going to be a pullback. And then why don't we just wait until it crosses it back, you know, to go and trend and continue with the trend, yeah. So this is a pullback, right? Okay, that's fine. So if it crosses it up there, we're gonna wait until it crosses it back, and then we're gonna buy and enter the trend, right? Same here. See, it's going down, and then it's going, you know, it's going up. That's a pullback. We didn't cross really. Oh, it did cross here. See here it crossed, and it doesn't cross it back. Well, it does cross back here, so that's where we would have entered. But well, look what happens now. That's a big gap. I have to check if my data is correct. So from 96 to 104. Okay, so let's try that. You're gonna need a bit more data, you know, than just this. I don't have it on this computer, but this looks like an interesting system, and let's just see. Maybe you might just want to build a system, you know, on breakthroughs. Look at this. Okay, so let me just pause for 1 second and figure out what I'm gonna do, because you know it's 36 minutes already. Let's just see where the pullbacks are, so we can make the system a bit more quicker, because you know we can see that like the pullback was here, yeah, and that was the best place to buy, yeah, that's what he said. And yeah, it looks like a pullback at this point, yeah, because it went above zero. Yeah, so it was below zero and then suddenly sparked above zero, so it was a pullback. But it didn't get too close to the EMA, the price, see, and that's an indication of, you know, that this trend is probably going to carry on for a little bit more, right? Because you know it's we're not going to be catching, and like here as well, right, you see that, but it's already getting closer, so maybe we're going to try and catch these parts, right? So like here's a pullback, and we can see, yeah, 14, yeah, so here's a pullback, and if we entered the position here, look, so we could have had all this profit. Right, so we're going to enter on pullbacks, have our profit set at some point, and our stop loss is going to be the EMA daily line, right? So if it crosses the EMA daily, then goodbye. Sorry. Or something like that. I guess that's what he meant, right? And I'm not going to go into the third screen because it's 40 minutes and it's going to take 20 minutes more to finish. Okay, so let's see where pullbacks are. So first, now I want to see pullback long equals trend up. So we have to have a trend up, right? And we have to have a value of force index EMA above zero. Below zero. Yeah, force index EMA below zero. And that has to be bar. Okay. And this is for some reason, why is it going? Okay. So it equals false by default, and we can have it true only if it becomes true right here, else it's false, right? Well, once it becomes true right here, we need to write like this as well. Otherwise, it's gonna stay true forever, I guess. Maybe wrong. We'll have to check it anyway. So that's pullback long and pullback short is the other way around. Trend down and force index EMA above zero. And let me just take this, because we're gonna need some kind of construction for entering the position. this part above is already when we have a position, and this is when we don't have a position. So if we have a pullback long, and if we have a pullback short, let's just not buy for right now. Let's just visualize this and see what to do next. So this is how you actually, you know, design a system, partly. So price pane, radius 3 bar, double values, bars, close. Let's just annotate, not draw a circle. Let's annotate bar. So this is going to be buy, bar, true. Color text is going to be green, and background is going to be black. I just want to see how many I get, right? And, you know, visualize the process. Okay, so so these are all the pullbacks I would get, and actually it does look quite cool, eh? Can you see that it just we have just identified the places where we have pullbacks, and wonder why this one 8 o'clock, I wonder why it placed the buy here, not here. Yeah, of course, it's the long we're looking at. Yeah, so we're looking at the negative value. Okay, so yeah, this doesn't look very good, right? Because it's starting to become negative here. But when it's trending up, you can see that it's placing these buys when we have a little pullback, but it looks like it is too little, and it looks like there's a lot of noise. Okay, so you might want to, you know, smooth out the force a little bit, and you might see that there's actually a better result, right? Well, that's the part where that's the second part, yeah, but it looks like there is logic in this. Okay, so it's sort of, you know, it's going down, then there's a pullback, and then that's where you sell it. Okay. Okay, now let's so we have our entry done, and so we want to just place market orders. Not much time left for other experiments. So we have entered the position, and our stop, if it's long, we need some kind of profit there, right? And let's see, because, well, we can't really wait until it comes back to the line. Right, so we need to set some kind of profit, and that's just going to be a percentage, I guess, right? So profit, and, well, actually, I think this is gonna work good with the trail stop, right? Because we're buying pullbacks, right? So we're assuming that we found the bottom price, and let's just do that. So okay, cool. So this is like the Elder ATR system now. Two screen Elder with an ATR. Okay, ATR stop, trail stop, right? So we need an ATR, and ATR is also going to have a period. ATR. Okay. And now I realize that this has to be a bit bigger. And this, well, by default, I don't know, let's have a 20 and 200. Sorry, 200. Let's just copy this. Okay. ADR. Sorry, I forgot one thing. Int ADR. Okay. Now, ATR. Of course, it's going to be like this. ADR series. No. Period. ATR. Period. Okay. And we're going to give it the bars. Yeah, because ADR, it doesn't use just the close price, it uses the whole bars information, high, low, everything. And well, we have quite a few things plotted here, so I don't want to plot another ADR here, so we'll just assume it's there, because we don't need to see what it is really. We just need to use its values for our trail stop calculation, right? So ATR, right? So we have a value on every bar now, and so now what are we going to do? Now we're going to set our stop and profit, right? And where are we? Sorry. So if we are on the first bar, if we are on the entry bar, right, on the entry bar of the, so if we entered the long position, and if we're standing on the bar that we have entered the long position on, all right, we're gonna have a double stop, and so our stop is gonna equal, for the long position, sorry, bars low bar minus how did I name the ATR? It's just an ATR minus ATR value for this bar, right? So this is our stop value on the first bar, right? And then on the next bar we're gonna trail it, and that's gonna be like this: stop equals math max value, and here we select, you know, two values, right? And our first value is stop, that we have created, and the next value is the current situation with this, right? Okay, and it wants a value for a stop, and of course it's 0 to start with. Then we create the value, and then on every bar we're gonna, you know, on the first bar we just create the value, and then we're gonna, actually we don't even have to do this for the first bar, we can just say it like this, because it's going to be bigger. Yeah, doesn't matter. So on the first bar it's just going to compare it to 0, right? And then it's going to be comparing. Okay, so that's for the long, and that's for the short. And of course it's going to be min, right, because we're moving it down and this one is moving up. Okay, and so now we're going to exit with a stop. exit the stop, stop long, and so now you have, this is the first time I show how to do the trailing. So this is the trail stop. Let's see if this actually works, and it might work not really well. Not too many trades there. Let's just see if it's correct. So did I plot stops? Why can't I see stops? Oh, okay, I didn't plot stops, right? So if you want to see stops, you have to plot stops. And let's just clear the bug. It's just a good practice to have those two commands. Okay, so now can I see stops now? Doesn't look like this is working correct, but okay, here it is. See, it's trailing it, but it's too close. I mean, it's way too close. Yeah, this trail is just like, wow. Yeah, see, this is the bar we got the signal on, and for some reason it's taking this high. Oh, is it taking the high? Yeah, so I have, first of all, I have a mistake. So it's not supposed to take the high. Okay, so for the long, yeah, we're taking the low. Bars low by minus low. Okay, and this should be high. Bars high bar plus ATR. Okay, for the short. Okay. Yes, now it's working correctly, but you can see that there is a mistake because, well, or maybe not. Let's just check. Okay, so still pretty bad, but we need to check if it's correct. Let's just find some trade where we can see that. Well, see, these trades are happening. They're too short, and we need to figure out why. Let me just pause for 1 second. Well, definitely there was a mistake, and basically, well, for this thing it's okay because, you know, 0 is less than the first stop that we create. That's fine, but well, this is bad because, well, here we're taking the min value, and, well, this stop value right here is, well, if it's 0, it's gonna be, well, pretty bad, right? And that's the first mistake. And the second mistake is that the stop value that we get here, and then, you know, it stays, it doesn't go 0 or anything. And so then right here we're actually comparing it, this stop, to the stop that we had when we had a long position. So I messed that up, and that's why we actually need this thing here. Yeah, I shouldn't have erased that. Sorry. Well, maybe not for the long, but let's just put it in so so we, you know, we're safe. Okay, so here we have our stop value. You know, this is because we need it, because if we had a short position before, then we have to, you know, create the stop again on the first bar of the long position, and this thing would have just, you know, compared it to the short position, to the stop of the short position. So that's bad. So this thing, we actually needed it, and that's where a lot of time is spent on this kind of stuff. Should work now, much better. Okay, I'll pause for 1 second. Okay, so there was one little error and I fixed it. And well, you can actually see that it has some, without even working too long on this system, and you can go into much more detail with this, with these 3 screens, and you can actually find some pretty good trades. Yeah, I ran it on a list of these symbols in the 60-minute time frame, and that's what I got. That's 150 trades, and I didn't really optimize anything. See, the trend period, the force, and the ADR, and you can see that it's about 50-50 with the win rate, with the wins being much bigger. That's and you can see the ATR is working now. Yeah, so it's placing it quite nicely, and like this, and okay, so well, I would say there is more work to do with this system, but as I've promised, well, this series turns out to be 30 minutes to 1 hour for a trading system. Yeah, so 30 minutes for a really simple one that I have coded before, and since I have not tried this system before, this is a good framework to start with. You have everything you need to to start working, and you can also see that it can be a profitable one. Yeah, not on every symbol, because it has to trend, and but you can see that it has a chance for living. Okay, so you can download the code at trade-algo.com, and this video is on there as well, so just go in, register, go into products, and the code is there for free. Just download, and there are a lot of other systems there as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be probably tweaking this system more, and maybe some of you will too. So there's actually a forum I created below where you can download this system, and if you have any suggestions on what you want to, what you've tried, I'm more than happy if you start discussions there. Okay, so cheers.